Hello guys and dolls, how are you? Okay, so I have Milo in his crate. I'm hoping that he is quiet. If you hear tapping, that's him scratching. He has had a severe itching problem ever since we got him, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. We have done everything imaginable. Whatever the doctor told us to do, we did. Um every rinse, Head and Shoulders, flea and tick shampoo. They told us to use a cup of vinegar and a cup of Listerine in a gallon of water and shake it up and let it rinse it all over his whole body and let it drip dry, which he was having a conniption. So I closed the bathroom, put the heater on, and let the room get, pretty toasty while he dried. He was very, very upset, obviously. That didn't work either. He was still itching. So we had no choice but to take him to the veterinarian today. And the best one is out of town, 2 hours away. So we ended up doing that. He's the best. He's not money greedy. He's just not. He cares more about your animal than anything else. So what happened? He suspected he had mange. Mange is a microscopic parasitic type of creature, basically. So I'm going to tell you exactly what the veterinarian told me. He said, "You know how people get crabs?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "This is like crabs for dogs." It's on the same page, but they're drawn to dogs. And so it's highly contagious. And when we got him, he was like that, but he just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I do believe that one of his parents had it. And then the mother had it, and then, or she had it first, I don't know, had the puppies, and then all of the puppies became affected with it because it is so contagious. We could not see anything on his skin at all. I mean, we separated his fur. We had our, flashlights from our cell phone, and we're just like looking. We can't find anything abnormal. So the doctor basically said, "I believe he has mange." And we're like, "How do you know?" He took his ear. This is how good he is. He took his ear and he started rubbing it. That made him itch. I mean, he's obviously an expert, right, on animals, so I don't know. So he basically took, it looks like a razor blade, and of course he's gentle with it. He doesn't go berserk with it, but he tries to take samples from inside the ear, and he's looking for, like I said, parasitic creatures, basically. And Milo screamed like he was being absolutely cut up with a chainsaw. He's verbal, he's loud, okay? Very loud. He just screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. And the doc was like, wow. Yeah, my dog is very verbal. He's very loud. So anyway, he couldn't find any. He said, and he took he did it twice, and of course he screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. And he took a really long Q-tip and went down in his ear and tried to find, and he couldn't. This is what he told me. He said, "You've bathed him so well and you've cleaned his ears so well that I can't find anything, but I'm sure it's mange." So, yeah. So basically, here's something really important to know. If you have a border collie or an Australian shepherd, they absolutely cannot have the medication ivermectin. Cannot. I think it's toxic to their body. Okay, so border collies and Australian shepherds cannot have ivermectin. So he said, I'm gonna give you, well, he's gonna give him a shot for relief. He said I can't give him what I want to give him because he's an Australian shepherd. So I said, what is that? He said ivermectin. I said, yeah, yeah, they can't have that. So he gave him another shot that gave him relief, and he said, I'm gonna also give you a pill. You're gonna give him a quarter of the pill today, and it'll last for a month, and the next quarter the next month. So I've got enough medications. He's so small. I've got enough medication for 3 months. Um, and it's a flea and tick medication called Simparica, but it also kills the parasite that causes mange. So even though it's not a flea and tick issue, this medication will also kill the mange. So I gave it to him tonight. It wasn't easy giving it to him because it's a chewable. He wasn't down for that. So I'm like, okay, how do I get this in him? So I basically crushed it and put it in my finger, and just basically put it in his mouth, and then used water to squirt it, to make him swallow. So it's in his system. They will all be dead by tomorrow. They basically embed themselves inside the skin. It's probably why we couldn't find anything. He told me I didn't have to wash bedding or anything, but I don't want to say OCD, but when it comes to creatures, that's like really nasty. So I am washing all of the blankets and my sheets in hot water. Hanging up all the blankets to dry, not even putting them in the dryer, because sometimes blankets get distorted in the dryer. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm not in bed. And I'm tired. Let's see, what else? He also gave me an injection to give to him 2 weeks from now. And remember I told you that I gave him a series of shots, and you can get them real cheap from the tractor place, tractor supply place, farm and home, that type of thing. I told him I gave him his first series of shots, and he said, I don't really like those. And I said, you don't like the 9-in-1? He goes, no. Well, I said, the 5-in-1? He goes, no. And I said, why? And he said, because there's so many medicines in there. He doesn't like his whole body being bombarded with all those medicines. So he gave me a different Parvo injection that I will give him 2 weeks from now. What else did he give me? He gave me a dewormer, which I'll give him tomorrow. He's had one. This will be a second dose. Let's see. So I got the pill, the dewormer, and the Parvo medication. And I think that's everything. I think. So it's easily transferable between animals. And so once a mom has babies, all of her puppies will be infected. It's just, she'll pass it to all of her babies. Or the dad will pass it to all the babies. So, so that's what's going on there. I am relieved. I was worried because you play all these things in your head of how bad this could be. And I was thinking, what if, because I went through hell to get him. Those of you who watched previous videos, I went through hell to get him. And so third time is a charm, as they say. And I finally got the dog I really want. And I was thinking, that they're going to tell me that he has this particular skin condition is indicative of this disease, which is terminal, and he's going to die. And so I was thinking that in my head, and it's like, you can't do that to yourself. You can't do that to yourself. Don't. You're stepping ahead of the evidence. Okay. And I've done it, right? oh God, it could be this, it could be that. What if it's, and your brain just goes way ahead of what's really happening. So I'm getting a little emotional. um, so yeah, my friend was thinking the same thing. I said, "Are you serious? You thought it might be really, really bad?" He goes, "Oh yeah, after everything that you went through to get him." And I'm thinking, this could be it, And so, but it's not. Okay, he's gonna be fine by tomorrow. He was actually feeling better today to the point of driving me insane. Okay, he's ornery, he's defiant, he's disobedient, he is energetic, he is playful, he is ornery again, and he's starting to feel better. So he's coming out of his shell, but he's going to require a lot of patience and a lot of training because he is defiant. He takes rules and he's like, rules are for dummies. Okay. Um, everybody who saw him at the doctor's office was like, oh my God, he's adorable. And I'm thinking, yeah, if you only knew. Yes, he is, but it requires a lot of patience and a lot of training. Also, very important, the doctor also told me that when they have a parvo shot, they cannot go to the park and play for 3 days because the parvo hasn't built in their system yet. So they're still, you have to give it time to get through their system, and so you don't want to expose them to whatever's out there. And they explore with their mouth, right? Everything goes in the mouth, and so they're like toddlers. Even adult dogs are the same way. Everything goes in the mouth. So yeah, after a parvo shot, no park for 3 days. I didn't know that. I found out today. So there's also a pill, and I'm not advertising this. I'm not getting paid by the company, okay? But there's another medication that they have which he's too young for. It's called Simparica 3, it's Simparica Trio, and it's a heartworm, flea and tick combo type deal. So, um yeah. Yeah. So when he's old enough, I'll look into getting that. Because he has to be on something, regularly protecting. Even when in the wintertime, they can get fleas. And see, the problem is, with the weather going spring, winter, spring, winter, 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 summer ish, spring ish, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's really, it kind of exposes our animals to whatever, So it's best to be really careful about that. Make sure they. So I've got 3 months worth of medication for that, and he'll be set until, let's see, what is it? February, March, April. Okay, so yeah, I'll be able to get him taken care of again. It's a 3 month thing, so that's good. That's good. That's really good. 3 months that you can kind of save up for the next 3 months, and et cetera, et cetera. Let's see what else. Anything else? I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, potty training is going really, really good, and then setbacks, and then really, really good, and then setbacks. So it's a work in progress. I'm shocked that he's so quiet in the crate because last night he screamed bloody murder almost all night long. So I had to play some soothing music for him, but he was also, suffering physically and scratching and scratching and crying and scratching because he's in so much misery. And when you don't know what's wrong with your animal and you've tried everything, you just feel like I am literally banging my head against a titanium wall. Nothing is causing a breakthrough. So I feel relieved. I feel like, I feel like I can breathe now. I know what's wrong with him. So the guy that I got him from, I let him know that he tested positive for mange, and the other puppies have it because it is contagious. And I just wanted to let you know. And he was really nice about it. He said, "I'm really sorry. What can help get rid of that and that type of thing." So I told him the medicine is Simparica, and I said I got it from the vet. So yeah, that went really well. He didn't get mad or get defensive or anything. He was just graceful about it and apologetic. So I really appreciate that. So, and it's good to know. I mean, you're getting rid of pets, and I mean, not really pets, you're getting rid of puppies that are going to have an issue before they even go into their new home. So it's just something good to know, something good to treat the parents in case you have another litter or whatever the case is. It's just good to know so you can, put up your dukes and get rid of the problem and nip it in the bud and whatever, not continue to have it go, 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 go on and on continuously. Just nip it in the bud, just get it taken care of, and that's that. So I feel relieved. I feel relieved. I think that's it. I'm almost done washing blankets, and I have to wash my sheets and dry them. So it's a long night. It's a long night. So anyway, you guys take care. Hope you're doing well. And we're supposed to get having a really nasty winter storm tomorrow, up to possibly 7 inches. So we'll see. It's said about a foot, up to a foot. I don't know. It depends on what part of the Midwest you're in. So if the snow is taller than him, I have to shovel it to make a space for him to go potty. Yeah. So anyway, that's the story there. You guys take care. Hope life is treating you well, and I'll talk to you later.